Hello all, welcome back to Editorial Analysis and Answer Writing Practice at 9 p.m. Friends, if you are watching this video series for the first time, then please watch my introductory video given in the playlist to know how to participate in this answer writing initiative. It is open to all. Antimicrobial resistance is a emerging serious threat for the entire mankind. Especially in the low and middle income countries, the impact is severe. In this backdrop, recently, UN General Assembly has adopted a resolution to ramp up the efforts to combat the antimicrobial resistance. So based on this, several newspapers are carrying editorials. So we will discuss this topic from our UPSC exam point of view. First, let us try to understand what is this antimicrobial resistance. First, we will understand what is this antimicrobial. So, antimicrobial agent or antibiotic or antiviral or antifungal, these are agents which are used to kill bacteria, fungus, virus, etc. So antimicrobial is a general term. Antibiotic is something very specific. We all know about antibiotic. So antibiotic is used to kill bacteria. Antimicrobial is a general term that includes everything. Okay. Now antimicrobial resistance means what? Or put it simply, what is antibiotic resistance? When bacteria show resistance to this antibiotics. So we give an antibiotic, it is a drug. We give the drug. If the bacteria is showing resistance to the drug, if bacteria, we are not able to kill that bacteria, that means the bacteria has gained strength against the drug. This is called as antibiotic resistance. When I say antimicrobial resistance, it is very general. So when the bacteria, when the fungus, when the virus, when they gain resistance against these medicines, when they gain strength against this antimicrobial agents, that is called as antimicrobial resistance. Those bacteria, those fungus, those virus which has gained strength to resist these antimicrobial agents, such pathogens are called as superbug. Like Superman, we have superbug. These bacteria have become superbug. This virus have become superbug. That means we are not able to kill it. And we are able to see a significant rise in such antimicrobial resisting agents. Such antimicrobial resisting pathogens are in rise because of various reasons. Particularly post-COVID, we are able to see a significant rise, and this is going to become a challenge for the modern day medicines, because we have medicines. If the medicine is becoming ineffective, then that is going to result us in a very disastrous situation. So we will try to understand what are all the reasons for emergence of such antimicrobial resistance. WHO says, World Health Organization says, number one, incorrect dosage of medicines, overdose of medicines, self-medication. I go to doctor, I have fever, I go to doctor, doctor gives me medicine. Doctor asks me to take the medicine for 5 days, 6 days. But what I will do, I will take the medicine for a couple of days. Okay, then I will get symptomatic relief. Symptomatic relief means relief from headache, relief from body temperature. So I go to doctor, I get medicine for 6 days. I mean, doctor asks me to take the medicine for 6 days, but I am consuming it only for 2 days, 3 days. Right? This is one problem. We have to complete the entire course. We might have symptomatic relief. That is not sufficient. We have to kill the pathogens completely. So incorrect doses. Sometimes, not all doctors, but some doctors, they might give overdoses. That is also a mistake, right? So incorrect dose, overdose. There are some legends. What they will do, they will go to medical shop and they will have self-medication, or sometimes they will ask the medical practitioner only to give some prescription or to give some medicines for the problem. So all these are wrong. And there are some ultra legends. They will go to Google and they will type the symptoms and they will look for some medicines. All these are one important reason for emergence of antimicrobial resistance. Number two, if you are not having access to clean water, if you are not having access to proper sanitation, if you are not living in a proper hygiene environment, these might also lead to spread of such antimicrobial resistant pathogens. Right? Imagine a slum area where there is no proper hygienic environment, there is no proper sanitation facility. In that situation, the spread of these superbugs will be very fast. Right? And also think about some war-torn region or some low income or least developed or some African region. In these regions, you will not have proper access to healthcare centers. You will not have accessible healthcare, affordable healthcare. Even if there's some healthcare system, antibiotics should be available, drugs should be available, some basic drugs should be available. So in regions where there is no proper health infrastructure, in those regions also you can see emergence of such superbugs. Let's take the case of India. So in India, over the counter antibiotics without prescriptions are not allowed. That means in Indian case we have a law which will prevent the over the counter sale of antibiotics without prescription. So without doctor's prescription, I cannot get an antibiotic from a medical shop as per law. But in reality, you can buy whatever antibiotic you want from Indian medical shops. So we have law, but that is not properly enforced. So poor enforcement of legislations. Apart from this, naturally, there can be some genetic changes in the pathogens which can also make it more stronger. Right? So incorrect dosage, overdosage, self-medication, poor wash conditions. You are not having wash means lack of access to clean water, sanitation and hygiene environment. When you are not having affordable, available, accessible healthcare system, poor enforcement of legislations, lack of awareness to the people, and sometimes natural reasons. Okay, some naturally there can be some genetic changes happening in the pathogens. It can make it more stronger. So all these are reasons for the emergence of such antibiotic or antimicrobial resistant pathogens. Now let's try to understand the impact. What is the impact of such rise of superbugs? See, what would be the impact? The impact is going to be loss of life. According to World Health Organization report, in a year, or more than 12 lakh people die because of such antimicrobial resistance. Because of such pathogens, because of superbugs, every year more than 12 lakh people they die. Now, because of this, what happens? As I said, because of superbugs, the modern day, the current medicines becomes ineffective. So we will end up spending more money towards the healthcare. My out-of-pocket expenditure is going to increase because existing medicines are not becoming effective. I have to work on other medicines, so money is going to be involved. So healthcare is going to become costlier. We are struggling to achieve sustainable development goals, and this process might delay that achievement. Right? And especially in the low and middle income countries, the impact is going to be even more severe. As I already mentioned, you should have proper access to clean water, sanitation, hygiene situation. But in the low income countries, middle income countries, we are not having that much better infrastructure. The problem is going to be even more severe. Right? And also think about the war-torn region like Gaza. Think about Ukraine. So in these regions, the existing system is already collapsed. So there will be a rise in the superbug. So especially in the war-torn regions like Gaza, Ukraine, you are able to see a significant rise in the superbug, especially if you take Gaza. Because what is the reason? Because of war situation, the existing infrastructure is collapsed. Right? So in Gaza, when compared to 2018, the superbugs got increased by 300 times. Right? So the impact on low and middle income countries is going to be very, very severe. So what is the solution? The solution is we need to have a global coordinated effort in tackling this antimicrobial resistance. This is a global threat. Like climate change, AMR is a global threat. So we need a global coordination, right? There should be specific action plans. Like how we have Gavi Alliance for vaccines. We have to create alliance for tackling this antimicrobial resistance. We need to have a proper surveillance system. WHO has a system called as GLASS. Okay, so global surveillance system for antimicrobial pathogens, antimicrobial resistance pathogens. So we have a WHO based surveillance system called as GLASS, but we should have such similar surveillance system at national level also. Right? Particularly the low income, middle income countries, they should have a proper policy framework. They have to give more attention because AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance, is impacting them the most. Right? This is an opportunity for India. How? See, India is known for its pharmaceutical capacity. Almost 60% of vaccines to the children across the world is being developed and manufactured in India. So India should take responsibility, should lead the interest of the low and middle income countries, and ensure that the developed countries, like how we are talking about climate finance, developed countries should support developing countries. Like that, the developed countries should also support financially, technologically, to help the low income, middle income countries to come out of this antimicrobial resistance problems. So we need a global coordinated effort. We need a proper surveillance system. We need a national action plan. We need a proper financial system to support the low income countries, or else tackling this antimicrobial resistance is going to be a very, very big challenge. We have to take it very seriously. See, this AMR is not just going to affect the humans, it is going to affect every living being, be it livestock, be it agriculture, right? Be it animals or anything, be it plants, everything can be affected. These pathogens can affect the agriculture production productivity. This is going to affect the livelihood of so many people. So what we need is a one health approach. We have to take a one health approach, right? Not just focusing on mankind, focusing on livestock, focusing on plants. Everything should be taken into consideration, and we need to have a serious attention, like how UN General Assembly has rightly come up with a resolution to ramp up the efforts. We have to have some more such efforts, or else this AMR is going to destroy the entire world. Right, friends, I hope you got some clarity on the topic which we discussed. Now, based on our discussion, I will give you a question. Examine how antimicrobial resistance poses a significant challenge to a century of medical advancements, with its impact being particularly severe in low and middle income countries. This will be a 10 marker question, so you plan your answer for 150 words. Right, friends, I will see you tomorrow with another interesting editorial topic. Till then, bye, take care.